declare themselves prophets, until being taken over by Rulon Jeffs in 2002. And his son Warren took over when he passed. It was under Warren Jeffs that the practices of child marriage, bigamy, incest, racism, abandonment of teenage boys, and child abuse became public. He was sent to prison, but he still, even in prison, they consider him the leader of that group. And of course, there's a battle for power, but even in absentia, basically, he is still the leader. So, what do you think about polygamy? I think it's totally insane. There's even a show for it. It's what, Sister Wives? I'm sorry, that's crazy. Why would you even have a TV show for that? Do you guys know of this show, Sister Wives? Have you heard of it? I can't even imagine. It's like, okay, you're Monday, you're Tuesday, and you're Friday. Are you kidding? I don't think so. My opinion, but, yeah, no. I just can't understand. And 10,000 members that go along with this? That's a little much for me. The next group is called the 12 Tribes, and this was formed in 1972 in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Go figure. The 12 Tribes have gone by a number of names and have international presence. And again, it was formed out of the Jesus movement of the early 70s. The group started as an offshoot of a prayer group for teenagers. And it broke off from their Presbyterian church after a January service was canceled because they all wanted to watch the Super Bowl. Okay, so they formed their own group. It spread like quick around the South. The group embraced the peace and love of the hippies culture and sought to recreate the first century Christian church. And as such, they have no formal ties to any Christian church described or practice. And they teach Jewish beliefs that teach Jews were responsible for the death of Christ and seek to establish 12 Israeli tribes around the world, basically to presage the end of the world. So, they have been accused of being a cult and exploiting their children for slave labor and tax evasion. They have about 3,000 members themselves. So, I just find it interesting that these groups they practice now. They still do that. So that was the 12 tribes. And of course, what do you think of the basically the hard Southern Baptists with the snakes and all that stuff? That still goes on, by the way. What do you guys think of that? I mean, oh, thank you. What do you think of the practice with snakes? The hard Southern Baptist churches. I mean, if you don't die, you're good. Hello, Ike. How are you tonight? Thank you. Um, okay, Ike? Do you see yourself ever falling for the rhetoric of a cult? I mean, I just can't see, I can't picture you, Valerie, or um, Lori, or you, or Stephen, or myself being caught in that cycle of being drawn in. Um, it's Valerie made a point that, yeah, you're not always aware, but there are some things that you can catch. I mean, they start saying, oh, you have to give everything up and come with us. Wait a minute, I'm not so sure. Um, do you see yourself, Ike, as being drawn into a cult in any way? I don't see any of us doing that. It's just hard for me to fathom that at this in this point in time. Um, one of the dangerous groups for what they call dangerous cults for humanity. Number one is, Jim Jones. Look at that. I don't understand why people followed him. But one dangerous group that's out there, and it's still out there, and it's in the news all the time, Scientology. Okay? The infamous Church of Scientology. It was formed by the writer L. Ron Hubbard. It was arguably one of the richest cults with high-profile members like Tom Cruise, and of course has remained controversial since. It's based on the idea of clearing the human psyche of negative emotions and memories and bring out its full potential with intense therapy that often relies on the use of detectors, claimed to be based on scientific research. Scientology is known for its official litigations and murky ways of shutting up its critics, often by killing them, that rumor has it. Really, Ike? Ooh, now that's kind of scary. That's the rumor about shutting up its critics that they killed them. So, well, look at, what's her first name? Lisa Remini? She's very outspoken on Scientology. Well, she's on that show. I forget what the name of it was. Gosh darn it. I can't remember the name of her show. That she's very outspoken about Scientology. So, remember the branch of Davidians. This is another dangerous group, also known as the branch. This cult was founded in 1955, of course, led by David Koresh. And he believed himself to be the final prophet. Okay, anybody who tells me that they think they're the prophet or God sent them to do his work or anything like that, I would question. This subject can get so deep as far as discussion. But, he believed himself to be the final prophet. I think I would say there was something wrong. Wait a minute. You think you're this. In this cult, it was the offshoot of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. And, of course, there were power struggles. And Koresh also had sexual relations with many of the female members, and sometimes even raped underage girls. These people use this as power over them. They're not prophets, they're not anything, they're just using it to their own means. A means to an end for them. They can do whatever they want, they're the leader. And so they do. And of course, they have the parents' consent. It's like, really? What is going through your head that you're going to allow that to happen to your kid? I don't know. Stories of acute child abuse by Koresh were circulated through the states, although they failed to collect enough evidence against him initially. He also made his followers believe that the state was their enemy. In 1993, FBI tried to forcibly, bring the Branch Davidians out of Texas. And of course, we all know what happened to that. And Koresh himself died. But this is how dangerous these cults are. I mean, how could you let that happen? You're going to let your child be raped by this dude? Seriously? I don't understand it. I really, really don't. Yeah, they are. They're good. They're good at BS is what it is. They're smooth talkers, boy. They're good at it. But anybody who's going to sit there and claim they're the son of God or they're the last prophet or along those lines, I'm really going to question them. Um, Koresh in his sexual practice, that was so ridiculous. How could you explain that to parents to make it right that I need to do this because I'm the final prophet? Yeah, no. I don't understand the parents thinking on that end of it. Um, I mean, he slept with other church members' wives, but that was okay. What do you think about polygamy, Ike? That's true, Valerie. That's very true. I don't know what they're looking for, but that is definitely not the answer. Um, yeah, they go way back. Absolutely, they do. And it's amazing. It just amazes me. Yeah, 1776. The Illuminati was one of them. It's listed, so that's interesting. Yep, from Utah. Um, but what do you think about polygamy? I mean, there's that. It's they own two border towns, Utah and Arizona. There, where this is practiced even today. I'm sorry, like I said, um, I just can't see that. You're Monday, you're Tuesday, you're Friday. Really? No. Um, I can't. I just can't see that working. They really must. I can't. I don't have any words for that. I really don't. Okay, and now the next one, of course, one of the most famous ones, of course, we know, and I played the song to that, Helter Skelter, the Manson family. He founded a cult called the Family in 1967. The Manson family is one of the rare cases of a non-religious cult. And though Manson's belief at times involved Scientology, Satanism, and other beliefs like that, he prophesied that America would soon have a race war, which he named Helter Skelter, after the Beatles song. And this war could be won by the African Americans, but they would soon turn to whites for leadership. Charles Manson and his cult would hide out during the war, emerging afterward to lead the victors. Yeah, he was scary. You completely lost me where? Valerie, I'm talking about the Manson family. Now, where did you lose me, dear? Oh, completely lost me. How? Okay. Anyway, the Manson family. I talk about a scary guy, but these people followed him. A race war, really? Um, and to help instigate this war, Manson ordered killings in the nearby area, framing the African Americans. 9 people were murdered, including coffee heiress Abigail Folger and actress Sharon Tate. Of course, we all know she was the pregnant wife of director Roman Polanski. And the cryptic messages written in blood, rise, death to pigs, helter skelter, it's horrified Americans. It was. Yeah, everything's going loud and clear. I can see it. Yeah, I know you talk about flat earth. That's scary enough. But cults they're dangerous and they are scary, scary. Um, and the murders became a national sensation. Charles Manson was convicted and sentenced to death, but he's lived decades in prison, of course. And of course, his followers, yeah, some of them got prison, some of them just got out, past couple of years, but they still followed him. It was totally crazy. Could you follow somebody like that? That was trying to start a racist war? And then let everybody fight it out and then emerge as the victors and be leaders. No, I don't think so. In this case, in the Manson cult case, I think there was something definitely wrong here. Definitely so wrong with these people. And even after, during the court proceedings and stuff, those girls still were like, oh, Charlie, Charlie. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Okay, I'm going to break for some music here. We're going to get back to some other cults. We're going to talk about Jones and the Kool-Aid and a couple other things. So we'll be right back.